Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. So if you've been watching the video series on this, you'll see that this is part 3, and today we are going to be working on the rear end. And as you can see, it needs a little bit of love because it is pretty nasty. And if you watch the other videos, you can kind of see that as the wheels would turn, I didn't see any problems with the ring and pinion gear. It looked like there was problems inside of it with maybe the spider gears or somewhere along those lines. So I think I'm gonna go ahead, instead of trying to work on it in here, I was thinking it might be better to go ahead and pull it from the leaf springs and roll it out, and that way I can clean it good and see what all needs to be done that way. I don't know, we'll see. Let's go ahead and get some of the stuff taken apart and we'll go from there. This is gonna be a job. Might have to go to plan B. Alright, change of plans. I think I'm gonna leave the axle in here, and I'm just gonna go ahead and try and pull the diff out and work on it while it's in here. Sure looks like this wheel was probably unbalanced pretty good. Oh my gosh. Believe it or not, mud like this will make a wheel or rim really unbalanced. Oh wow, I didn't see that. What happened there? Same with these wheels. Looks like this truck got stuck at one point. A bunch of grime on this axle here, so tubes and bearings are probably gonna all have to be cleaned out. And it looks like this wasn't even installed right. I think it's on backwards or something. That is not correct. Look at all the dirt and grime on this thing. Wow, crazy. So I'll tell you one thing, the preload on this bearing is so wrong. You can't even spin this thing. You're supposed to only tighten it to where, you know, you have so much drag on it. And is like super tight. Looks like I'm gonna have to replace these bearings too, because you can barely even turn that thing. People that don't know how to work on stuff shouldn't. Now, I'm not claiming to be an expert, but at least I know not to tighten those bearings down like that. I'm probably doing a lot of things wrong myself, but I don't know. Maybe I guess you gotta learn somewhere, but I don't know. That's just crazy. And it looks like somebody took a huge hammer to this and started beating on the end trying to get it in there or something, because this is, I don't know if it's made like that. No, somebody took a hammer to that thing. Alright, let's try and relieve some of the pressure off this bearing. Bearings are probably toast. Let's take a gander at this other side. I don't think it was messed with as much as the other one. Or, well, actually, probably has the way this retainer was in here. Look at that. That doesn't look right. Oh my gosh. There's a stud just sitting in there that somebody tried to weld on. Oh my gosh. Take a look at this, y'all. Every stud is welded on. I don't think they come like that. It's crazy. Alright, so I gotta loosen this brake drum up by turning this basically wheel inside here. It's gonna bring the brake pads in. There we go. Oh man, that's heavy. Whew. Something about that don't look right. Oh my gosh. Now I got a spring not hooked up. The little spiders that are dead. So yeah, that's something not right about that, I believe. Well, I just happened to look on the ground, and here's the rest of our parts. So that's bent, and yeah, so that could be our problem. Get these backing panels taken off and I'll get them cleaned up. Yeah, there's a magnet right there, and it's A lot of metal shavings on it. Dirt and oil and metal. Alright, so I rotated this in 25 times and I rotated this one in 20 times, so I think it should come out now. Alright, well, that's pretty nasty in there. Oh, look at that. Spider gear teeth or something. That thing was really crunchy turning this. So, make sure I get all of this cleaned out here. It's gonna be hard to clean this thing in the truck. I should have took this whole rear end out and cleaned it, but I don't know, those bolts were pretty stuck. I could heat them up and everything and get them off, but I don't know. Let's see what else we got in here. It's like a pin or a bearing. Alright, let's take a look at these bearings. They don't look horribly bad. We'll see though. Alright, let's get this thing out of here and cleaned up. Alright, let's take this thing apart and see what kind of carnage we find. Oh man. Oh man, that ain't good. Let's see if I can get these undone. Got it, but bent my tool. Alright, 2 more to go. Got it. First try, no way. Awesome. Alright, here goes nothing. Oh man, that does not look good. Oh. Yeah. I don't know if there's gonna be any saving this one. Man, that is not good. I thought it was gonna be bad, but I didn't know it was gonna be this bad. All this stuff is just completely gone. Wow. Whoops. That's trashed. Little springs everywhere. Completely trashed. I think maybe the only thing that's salvageable, maybe these clutch discs. probably not the right tool for this, but that's all I got right now. Yay! Sweet. Awesome, now we got another one to do. Hopefully my little crappy tool holds up. Hopefully I can actually get this one on this bearing. Maybe I can free it up with some heat. Alright, so heating it up and trying to press it out didn't work, so let's try the old-fashioned way. Hammer and a chisel, or a hammer and a punch. And there we are. Didn't do any damage at all to it. That's good. Alright, let's get that cleaned up. Alright, got a couple new parts and cleaned up parts here. So I went ahead and just got a used carrier, and this is the non-locking type. I already got it disassembled. In my opinion, I believe this one's a little bit stronger than the G80 locker. So let's go ahead and start putting it all together. I'm gonna go ahead and press the bearings onto the carrier, and then we'll go ahead and start putting them together. nice torque down. Got the differential all cleaned up in there. Got the pinion, and put some copper spray gasket around that gasket. Oh man. I think it's hard to get in there. Just loosely putting these in so it doesn't fall out of here while I'm adjusting it. Just gonna get a little bit of grease here, and that way we can check our contact pattern. So it's looking like it's pretty much perfect. I'm gonna go ahead and rotate it in reverse. But it's looking like the contact pattern is directly in the center. Looking pretty good. I'll go ahead and check our backlash. So right at about a little bit under 7 thousandths. So I think we're good on that. Alright, I think we're good, so I'm going to go ahead and start bolting everything down. It's the first rear end that I ever really worked on like this, so if I'm doing something wrong, please let me know in the comments. Let's go ahead and get these bearings and seals put in. These bearings don't get packed because they're actually filled with gear lube. So we don't pack these with grease. Let's go ahead and get the seal installed. Alright, go to the other one here. Make sure you put your bearings in first before you do that. So I just put a very thin film of oil on the race just so I don't start it dry without any oil. I'm also going to lean one side of the vehicle so the oil flows into this hub. I'm gonna get this cleaned up a little bit just to make sure the bearing slides on there smoothly. gear oil here. I'm gonna try and fill this hub up, but I don't think that's gonna happen without it leaking out. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tighten this down to where it just got some drag. Then I'm gonna unwind it a little bit here, and then that will preload the bearing. But you don't want to tighten the first one. The second ring is what we tighten, but not the first one. Alright, so that lock nut's pretty tight, and you can tell there's some drag on it, which feels actually pretty good here. I'm gonna take it off just a smidge, and there's actual spec to this. I think it's like so much torque, and then I think you bring it back a quarter, something like that. I'll look it up. Alright, now that we got the first lock nut how we want it, we're going to take this locking ring. It goes in like that. That locks that one in. And after that, we're going to get our final lock nut here. Alright, I think we're good on that. So the next step is going to be installing your axle. And on these 14 bolt rear ends, there's actually a longer and a shorter axle. This side is the back right side, so it's going to take the longer axle here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put some gasket maker around the axle flange here. Putting it on here a little bit thicker because there's a bunch of little, somebody took a hammer and hit the end of that with a hammer, so a little bit more voids to fill. Alright, I'm gonna let that sit for just a second, and I'll go ahead and install the axle. Let's go ahead and get this cover put back on. That way we don't get any kind of contaminants in the rear end here. I'm not going to torque these things down completely just yet. Just going to kind of get them set here. And then after about 30 minutes, I'll fully tighten them down. So, as you can see, it's kind of falling apart there. And what happened is this pin goes in here like this one. And it has a little notch on the top that goes in this washer type thing here, and it's a little groove broke off. So let's see if we can weld a little thing on the top there and grind it down. I doubt I can buy one of these just by itself. So, and I also bent this bracket back. grind that down and see if it works. All right. So I think that's going to work. Here we got a new 3/8 brake line here. All right. Alright, I went ahead and got a new wheel cylinder here. The other one was leaking and in pretty rough shape. It didn't come with new pins, so I cleaned these up. I'm just going to put a smidge of grease on them here, just so they don't seize up in there and corrode. Alright, I think I finally got it. If anything's not right in here, you guys can let me know in the comments, but it's my first time ever doing these complicated or just kind of crazy drum brakes. Anyway, hopefully it works. Let's get everything put back together. Alright, time to lift this everything on here. Some gear oil here, just trying to fill it up a little bit so it's not dry and start up, and then I'll jack up one end and let all the fluid drain to the other, and vice versa on this side. Alright, let's go ahead and get this diff filled up with some oil. We'll test it and make sure everything works. And get this old brake fitting off here. And let's see if we can go ahead and get this line bent to where it needs to go. It's a little bit long, so I'm gonna have to put a loop in it here, just a hair long. I can't find my flaring kit, so I guess I'm just gonna have to put a loop in it. I'll have to get a new one of these lines, these flex lines also. They didn't have any, so got one ordered. Alright, it's not perfect, but temporarily I think it will be fine. Alright, let's get a new vent line on this thing. Alright, I think we are ready to test it out. And then we can go ahead and get these brakes bled. I want to go ahead and get a new line right here first, so before I actually bleed the brakes, because I'm going to have to take this loose anyway. So I'll wait for that part to come in. Alright, looks like it's working good. Third, yeah, second gear out of idle, maybe third. I don't hear any weird noises or anything like that. Here. Let's get a little heat on that thing because it did not want to budge. That's one way to do it. Alright, that was a little bit tougher than it should have been, but we got it. Alright guys, I think we're about finished under here. Put a little bit of undercoating spray on it. Now let's go ahead and get these wheels and tires mounted. Alright guys, I think we are finally ready to put this thing back on the road. Let's crank it up and see if it moves. Hey, you wanna go for a ride? You wanna go for a ride? Come on. All right, let's take this thing for a spin. Oh no, that sucks. Man, that really sucks. Brand new tires too on this thing. Sucks, buddy. Guess you don't get to go for a ride. Sliced it right here on this angle iron. Let me see if I can fix that with a plug. Well, we didn't make it far. Looks like somebody already put some Fix-A-Flat in there. I might be able to fix that, but I doubt it. This really sucks. They're kind of like new tires. This thing has definitely seen some use over the years. Probably a good time to go ahead and grease everything too. ahead and get some of the stuff greased up. Well, I can't believe it, but that actually worked. That's not leaking. Put 2 patches in it, put some slime in it, then we're good to go. We'll see how long it lasts. It's holding and not leaking. Let's take it for a ride. Let's try this again, buddy. going into our house. Get rid of the bridge, which is going to be nice. Check out this sweet. Man, that is a nice 2.5 right there. That thing is awesome. Check out the winch on this beast. Have some fun with this thing. Maybe one day. Hey, this isn't even a 2.5, I don't think. This is a hell, I don't know the name of it, but it's pretty awesome. Well, buddy, what do you think? It's working pretty good here. Tire's still holding there. Pretty happy with it. Now it's looked out of the back here. It's full of shingles and other crap. I'm not gonna lift the bed up all the way, but I want everything sliding. But the switch is working really good. Let's lift it up again. All right, guys. You wanna get down, buddy? All right, guys. I think this is going to be the end of this video. I do want to say one thing. I do want to apologize for taking so long to get this video out. I've been dealing with, for a long time, some issues with my heart, and some days are really tough, and it hurts really bad. So I've been seeing numerous doctors about it, and they can't seem to help me. So just kind of bear with me on these videos. I'm trying my best to get them out. It's just been a little tough here lately. All right, but hopefully I'll see y'all in the next video. Y'all take care.